So Paul, our community moderator and master of the realm, asks some questions to me so that he can create a template for Telegram. And the questions are: when we created Connector Coin, when Connector app is getting launched, and what can Connector Coin and Connector app do for the crypto world? And so Connector Coin was created, I'm answering him here. Connector Coin was created on the 27th of December in 2021. And now 91% of it is locked up and with a smart contract and will be released twice a year. 13% will be released twice a year for 4 years. There's 7 releases. And so the intention with that is so that the supply will grow with the community, and it'll be restricted until we have lots of advertisers that really want it. So that's why the price is only 4 cents right now, but there's just over 300 million Connector Coin, and that's all there will ever be. So as soon as all these companies around the world are trying to get on the map and they want that 50% discount, you can see that the demand is going to outweigh the supply insanely, actually. So the 4-cent Connector Coin is going to go up. When does Connector app get launched? Well, our official launch date has not been announced yet. There are still a few stages that we are going through, but Connector app is open now and it is in beta. So we are allowing people, even yourself, to get on connector.app, create profiles, leave your profiles on there. You will be counted as one of the early adopters that is eligible for the 5% early adopters pool. And that means that all money that comes in from advertising, you and everyone else that's an early adopter would share 5%. So if there's $1 billion that comes in one month and you and 1,000 other people or 10,000 other people got into Connector before the cutoff date, then you all would share 5% of that $1 billion. So it is open now, but still in beta because people using it is a stage of the testing. So it has to have a soft open. It can't have a hard open. We would have to otherwise populate it with fake accounts in order to do the testing, and we're against that. We're against pre-population with fake accounts for any kind of social media thing. We want it all to be organic and real. So on connector.app, you'll only see real accounts. So that is the answer with that. Stay tuned for an official launch. There will be some kind of incentives for you to tell your friends about it, and there will probably be a party somewhere in the real world for the Connector official launch. So get on Connector, and if you are on Connector, you will receive a notification through the notifications panel on Connector about when the party is going to be and where in the world it will be, and you will be invited if you're on Connector by that time. So also I want to say right here, if you are aware of Connector and what it is and why we are creating Connector to help people be able to form intentional networks so that there's no more gatekeepers like government or social media platforms. If you understand how we're trying to save the world by creating alternatives to these next few scenarios that they're going to try to roll out and force on us, then we love you. If you're getting on the Connector app and interacting with other people and telling the world what it is that you have to offer and what it is that you're looking for, you are helping us save the world. And we love you. I don't mean that in some poetic way. I mean that I'm a human being that recognizes the value that you are bringing, and I love you. Thank you for getting on the Connector app. Thank you for offering goods and services to other people and looking for goods and services from other people. Civilization really can be measured in voluntary commerce. Look at human history. Whenever there was new eras of learning and growth, it was because there was voluntary commerce. Every town started as a crossroads of travelers that stopped at that crossroad in order to trade with each other. This is why economics is such a big deal, because there's nothing that happens in the world that isn't economics. Even me creating this video, that's using capital in order to create value that and transmit a message. And then you on the other side of this listening and you're spending your time and attention, which are currencies and they are capital, in order to receive the message that I'm sending right now. This is an economic exchange. So civilization and the evolution, the social evolution of humanity can be measured in voluntary commerce. The world has too many gatekeepers now. Credit card companies can shut you down. Banks can shut you down. Kevin Trudeau can shut you down. The IRS can shut you down. The DEA can shut you down. Money laundering has become almost a requirement for people that want to do anything, because all the activities where you get money are either illegal or taxed like crazy, to where it almost disincentivizes people from doing anything, creating businesses or serving others. So we want to remove all the gatekeepers, remove all the middlemen, and allow you to find the people that you need to find on a map. So anyway, his last question. Thanks for sitting through that rant. The last question is, what can Connector do for the crypto community specifically? Well, there's two problems that have always been a problem with cryptocurrency. And the first one is acquisition, and the other one is adoption. So what adoption is, that means that it has to become spendable for the things that you need in daily life. So right now we spend government money either through bank cards, which is double bad. Ultimately, we want to be using pseudonymous cryptocurrency wallets to buy the coffee at the cafe, or to buy a loaf of bread at the store, or anonymous cryptocurrencies that are like privacy tokens, privacy coins. And if we're not using one of those two things, then we really should be using some kind of non-government money that you can get the owner of the cafe to accept. You can set up your networks to find the cafes and the grocery stores and whatever it is you need in your daily life, so that you can make these agreements now and set up these trade networks. Everything that you need: shampoo, a loaf of bread, the coffee, a car wash, phone service. You can set up trade networks right now before it's too late, where you get them to accept cryptocurrency or bullets. Really anything that they'll accept. Pieces of silk. You make agreements with people to get the goods and services that you need in your life in exchange for payment that is other than government money. And you should get started on that now. I don't know if you watch the news, but you can see all the signs of a major change happening with government money and their requirements for us to be able to use it. That's coming soon. Some of us have known about it for 2,000 years, that this new stage in government money was about to be put on us. So the first thing, adoption, Connector allows you to find people who will accept alternative currencies now. You can set up your trade networks now. So if you know anything about history, the people who have alternatives survive. And people who were in confrontation with governments and they did not have alternatives, they did not survive. So set up I can't stress this enough, this is one of the big things. Set up your alternative trade networks now. Anna Pashanta said this on this date. Set up your alternative trade networks now. The second thing, we talked about adoption, and the other thing was acquisition. How does somebody get cryptocurrency in the first place without government being a gatekeeper? So cryptocurrency has always had this problem of acquisition, but it's actually a problem with the fiat money system, and that it doesn't want you to trade out of it. It wants everyone to accept. It wants the demand for government money to stay high because they keep jacking up the supply, so they want to increase the demand, but that's all falling apart right now. There's lots of things in the world that are happening that are going to reduce the demand for government money in general, but in American government money in particular. So to keep us from getting into cryptocurrency easily, they put all kinds of restrictions like know your customer regulations and anti-money laundering regulations. Those make it difficult to get into crypto in the first place. But on Connector, it's super simple. You can just use the code, not a code word, but actually just a regular affinity as a filter word. Filter out everybody on the map that doesn't have the affinity crypto buyer or crypto seller in their profile. And so if you want to go and buy $100 worth of Connector coin or Monero from somebody, you'll just see them on the map. You can choose the person that's nearest you. You can meet up in a cafe or some public place. and make a free and voluntary trade so that you are into crypto and they are able to liquidate a certain amount of crypto so that they can get on with whatever their other goals are as well. So in this way, I know there have been other services in the past like that try to help people trade crypto, but it's always been done virtually where the two people don't meet in real life. And it's always required a certain amount of trust. And I think that's why it never caught on. With Connector, it's easy. You see someone near you on a map that says in their profile that they buy or sell crypto, and you open up a encrypted XMPP chat within Connector, and you say, hey, bro, do you want to sell some crypto today? And you make a free and voluntary exchange. And you make their life better because they want to do the exchange, and they make your life better because you want to do the exchange. And guess who wasn't invited? Government. Those are the answers to these 3 questions that Paul, the master of the realm, our community moderator, asked today that I wanted to answer on video because they are super helpful to you. This is Anna Pashant. I love you. See you on the Connector app.